Well, welcome to the call, everyone. We are going to talk about how to make passive income. No, this is serious, like true passive income. It's like you own a beehive and the bees are out flying around making you honey. That's what I mean by passive income. It's true passive. So let me pull up some of my. You know what? Let's go listen to our esteemed mentor first and see what he has to say. We're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin, and then we're going to talk about business called BitHarvest and how it all relates, and I'll tie it all together in the end. And then we'll do is I'll show you my back office as well. I'm just looking to see which Michael Saylor I want to watch. Let's watch this one.
I ask you, what do you own in your life that you think your family will still have intact that will be valuable 300 years from now? What would that be? Because there's no conventional thing, there's no company that's going to last 300 years, right? They might not live in New Zealand 300 years from now. I could give you 10,000 acres in Auckland, and the issue is, so can you take it with you when the government changes and they decide to seize the assets of people with blue eyes, right? Because it happens. If you look at the history of the 20th century, and you're like, what country didn't seize the assets of somebody over 100 years? You had one country, the United States, that won every war, and yet that country's currency lost 99.9% of its value against scarce assets. That's the winner, right? The winner gives you 0.1% of your wealth. The rest is all just anxiety-inducing counterparty risk.
All right. So that brings us into what is Bitcoin? So I'm going to watch a little video right now and just to kind of explain briefly about what is Bitcoin, because that way we can talk about what it is and how it's made.
Scarcity and value. The 21 million limit. One of Bitcoin's key features is its limited supply. Unlike traditional currencies, which can be printed indefinitely, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins. This scarcity is built into the Bitcoin protocol. As demand increases and supply remains capped, its value is likely to rise. This limited supply is often compared to gold, valued for its rarity and durability. Bitcoin's limited supply and mining process give it value. This scarcity differentiates Bitcoin from traditional fiat currencies, which can be subject to inflation. The 21 million limit ensures Bitcoin's long-term value. The last Bitcoin is expected to be mined by 2140, but scarcity will continue to play a significant role. This makes Bitcoin an attractive investment to hedge against inflation and diversify portfolios with an asset not controlled by any government.
At the heart of Bitcoin lies the blockchain, a revolutionary technology that acts as a digital ledger for all Bitcoin transactions. Imagine a giant public book where every single Bitcoin transaction is recorded for everyone to see. This book is not kept in one place but is distributed across thousands of computers worldwide. This shared ledger is constantly updated and synchronized, ensuring that everyone has the same information about the state of the Bitcoin network. The blockchain is the backbone of Bitcoin, providing transparency and security. Every transaction made with Bitcoin is recorded on the blockchain, creating an immutable record that cannot be altered or deleted. This eliminates the need for intermediaries like banks, as the blockchain itself acts as a trusted third party. This decentralized and transparent nature makes Bitcoin incredibly secure. Each block in the chain is linked to the previous block using complex cryptography, making it virtually impossible to tamper with the transaction history. This means that you can trust the network to process your transactions securely and without the risk of fraud. The blockchain is a true innovation, not just in the world of finance, but in how we think about data storage, security, and trust. The Bitcoin network relies on a process called mining to verify and add new transactions to the blockchain. Think of miners as the record keepers of the Bitcoin network. They use powerful computers to solve complex mathematical problems, and the first miner to solve the problem gets to add the next block of transactions to the blockchain. This process is computationally intensive, requiring significant energy and resources, but it is essential for maintaining the security and integrity of the Bitcoin network. Miners play a crucial role in the Bitcoin ecosystem. They not only validate transactions, but also introduce new Bitcoins into circulation. As a reward for their efforts, miners receive newly created Bitcoins and transaction fees from the transactions they include in the block. This process is often referred to as proof of work, as miners must demonstrate their computational effort to earn the right to add blocks to the blockchain. The mining process ensures that no single entity can control the Bitcoin network. As more miners join the network, the difficulty of the mining process adjusts automatically, ensuring that the average time to mine a block remains constant. This makes it extremely difficult and expensive for any single entity to gain control of a majority of the network's computing power, a scenario known as a 51% attack.
Before I watch this next video, I wanted to tie it all together. Okay. So we've talked a little bit about Bitcoin and how it's important, how it compares to fiat currency, and how it's made, which is via mining. Okay. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tie it all together and how we make money from mining Bitcoin. And then I know we talked about it technically in these videos, and then I'll just kind of briefly explain in layman's terms as best I can how it goes. Okay, so here, let's watch this last video.
In today's rapidly evolving blockchain era, Bitcoin has become the true gold of the digital age. Yet entering the mining space remains a challenge for many. Barriers, cost, and inefficiencies hold people back. BitHarvest breaks that barrier. We proudly introduce a next-generation mining accelerator, AI-80 Pro, mining made simple again. At the heart of AI-80 Pro is BitHarvest's proprietary BitBooster engine, powered by our breakthrough BitHash protocol. This protocol includes two key components: hash aggregation and filtering, hash strategy optimization. More than handling more power, this AI-powered system delivers greater precision and smarter cycles, accelerating mining from the core. Step 1. Hash aggregation and filtering. The system collects real-time hash data from multiple mining machines. It filters out invalid, duplicated, or wasteful hashes, removing inefficiencies from the source. Just like an AI brain in a data center, it continuously sorts, compresses, and optimizes every operation. Step 2. Strategy optimization. BitHash dynamically adapts hash-solving strategies based on historical performance, network difficulty, and on-chain trends. It upgrades from random brute force to precision-guided solving, maximizing mining efficiency in every second. Each AI-80 Pro unit matches 80 THs of hash rate. With BitBooster optimization, mining efficiency can be boosted by 100% to 300%. Compared to traditional setups, there's no need for expensive hardware, no network configuration, and no operational burden. Each AI-80 Pro can generate around 0.0000408 to 0.0001224 BTC daily, translating to approximately $4 to $12 per day at current rates. All mining proceeds are automatically sent to the user's BTC wallet. On top of that, each device comes with a $750 BTH token reward, released linearly across 24 months. A dual income model, transparent, verifiable, and automated. BTC revenue is distributed as follows: 60% to users, 35% to market partners, 5% for technology management. Every Satoshi accounted for, every flow traceable. BitHarvest is officially registered with FinCEN under a U.S. MSB license. All operations are fully compliant with international regulatory standards. We partner with mining farms in multiple countries, creating a global, scalable mining network, ready for the next era of decentralized computing. AI-80 Pro is more than a product upgrade. It marks a new chapter for BitHarvest in building intelligent, Web3-enabled mining ecosystems. We'll continue expanding BitBooster across on-chain ecosystems, GameFi integration, AI-powered blockchain infrastructure, transforming Web3 into a truly accessible, profitable, and trustworthy global blockchain channel. AI-80 Pro, making Web3 simple. Activate your personalized accelerator now. Take your position in the next Bitcoin cycle. Secure your future in Web3 today. Learn more at www.bitharvest.io.
Oh, right. Yeah, gotta love when they have good explanations. Okay, so I'm gonna talk a little bit more just to in case you guys have questions that like I know it was really clearly explained in these videos, but I think I'll go over a few things. So, like I said from the very, very beginning, it's like owning a beehive. Okay. The little bees go out and they gather the nectar and they gather the pollen. They come back to the beehive and they spit out the nectar into the little hexagonal cubes, and then they fan their little wings and it evaporates the water. And then at the end of the season, we take that honey, pour it off, and we sell it or we consume it or we do whatever we want with it or buy another beehive with it. That's really what's going on. Okay. So having a booster is like owning a beehive. The booster makes the Bitcoin, and at the end of the season, for me, every day, I just take some of the Bitcoin and I sell it off and I buy another machine. And I take some of the Bitcoin and I live off of it. That's the way it works. Okay. So truly 100% passive income, 100% passive. Okay. Now, I just want to clarify a couple of things, first of all. So, first of all, this here is a graphical interface of what is going on in the network right now as we speak. So, right now, there's 3,200 unconfirmed transactions that need to go. Now, what is a transaction? A transaction is somebody somewhere is moving some Bitcoin from place A to place B. Okay, that's all it is. In this example, let's see this little block right here, $164. Yep, somebody decided to move $164, and the computer that does the work that posts that transaction receives a small little fee. In this case, the fee is 377 sats. Okay. And so the computer that does that work does a mathematical computation and posts it here in that block. This block is then revealed every 10 minutes and then dumped into the mining pool. Okay. And you can send as little or as much as you want. If you want to send $1, go ahead. You want to send 50 cents? Go ahead. It'll be more expensive to pay the fee than the cost of the amount you want to send, but go ahead. If you want to send 50 cents, go ahead. But you can send as much as you want as well. Like, for example, this block here, $524,000. I'm looking for a nice big one. You know, it's like, yeah, there we go. $1.18 million. Okay. So you can send as much as you want. It doesn't matter. Okay. And each 11 million, that's a nice one too. Okay. So that one's the fee for that one is 11,000 sats. So the computer that does that work receives that fee. Okay. So it dumps it into the mining pool. And by the way, only the computer that did the work can then pull it out. Only that computer can pull it out. Okay. That's part of the process. Now, often what those owners of those machines do is they then sell off some Bitcoin to like Coinbase or crypto.com or ShakePay here in Canada or wherever else. Okay. They sell off a little bit of the Bitcoin that they make to a retail outlet. And the retail outlet then sells it to the rest of us. Okay. In this particular case, we're mining Bitcoin. We're not selling it. We're not trading it. Okay. Now, let's tie it also a little bit back together. How do we make money? The booster itself is like the brains of the operation. This is like a regular miner. It's just a machine that does work. Okay. And we have a booster that what it does is it becomes the brains of the operation. Okay. And so the brains of operation then goes to the mining. It sees the transaction occurring. Okay. And it then feeds those transactions to the miner. These are miners. It feeds those transactions to them. So it reduces the inefficiencies by making it so that when a miner is working, he can just simply focus on the work of revealing that code. And when another job comes up, the mining machine, the booster, can then assign that new job that just came in to another miner. And so basically it just assigns a job, oh, you're free, assign a job. Oh, you're free, assigns a job. Okay. And so that's what the booster does is it becomes the brains of the operation and it makes it more efficient, the mining process. As a result, the miners, when they make their money, okay, they make their money. They were making whatever Bitcoin they were making before, and by having a contract with us, they then are able to make a little bit more Bitcoin, and then we share out that Bitcoin with them and with us because we own the boosters. Okay, we've got two trading partners. One mining operation is in Texas, and the other one is in Ethiopia. That's where it is. And the other one is in Ethiopia. So those are where our two trading partners are. Now, I'm going to show you another little video of how you can look on the network to be able to withdraw the Bitcoin from the system, and this is how you can know where your Bitcoin is coming from. Okay, this is kind of important because the only way that you get paid is because you're mining Bitcoin, and the only way you can get it is by pulling it back out of the mining pool. And when you pull it back out, it's your Bitcoin. You can do with it whatever you want with it. It's fresh, nice, brand spanking new Bitcoin.
When the withdrawal have completed, you may verify the transaction on chain. Surf oaklink.com. Paste your BTC wallet address. Click on the TX ID, which is transaction ID. Verify the date. It was received on March 14th, 2024 at 17 hours 27 minutes and 55 seconds. Note the block height as 834644. Then, continue scrolling down, then click on the sender address, BC1Q4LM, which sent 0.5 BTC. This is identified as the mining pool wallet. By scrolling further, you can verify the input is from BTC, the mining pool company. That's it. You have learned how to successfully verify that your BTC income is the output from BTC, the mining pool company.
Okay, so that was really cool because you're able to see how it is that you can verify on the blockchain where the money that you're receiving is coming from. And this is really important because this isn't a scam, this isn't a Ponzi, that we can verify definitively where the Bitcoin is coming from that you are receiving. And that's why how come we have an MSB license. MSB stands for Money Services Business. Okay. And we got that license way back in April 2024, back when we went live. This video I'm about to show you, I'm just going to mute it because what this is when we were in the office. I actually went to go visit the office in April of this year. Is it playing? Yes, it's playing. Okay. I went to go visit the office in April of this year. Okay. Now, for me, from an IT guy, so okay, first of all, I've been in IT for 40 years. Okay. And so I look for certain things that my clients would appreciate. And so one of those things is that all of the boosters are housed in their server room. Okay. So this is one server room in the main office, and I went to visit the main office, and this is kind of where we grabbed this video. And there are two other warehouses as well. Only in this office here, there are only 8,000 boosters. That's because each one of these racks holds 20. Okay, so if you sit and count them all, you'll see that there's 8,000 there. All the rest of them are warehoused in two warehouses that are offsite, different locations. Now you go, well, why would they be different locations? Disaster recovery. You see, this is an IT company that I'm working with, so I recognize the people, their intelligence behind what they're doing. Okay, and so this is really great stuff. On the video here, these are each one of these transactions as they come up, and it doesn't matter that we're looking at it now because it's not live now. But these transactions, each one of them is the transactions that are coming up in real time as each one of these boosters pulls a transaction that needs to be worked, assigns it to a miner, and then it gets done. Okay, and so what happens is this in real time, these boosters are churning away, adding hash to the process. And so your booster, let's say it gets pulled out of one of the racks here, it would stop working at that point in time. And so now let's go have a look at my friend's back office, where it shows in real time the booster is working, and then in real time as she unplugs it, it stops working. The other thing, so that's one thing I really like is the fact that it's in the server room. You don't have to worry about this being shipped to your house. You don't have to worry about electricity. You don't have to worry about internet. You don't have to worry about some kid robbing your box off your street. You don't have to worry about the post office opening up the box and charging you a fee for handling fee. You don't have to worry about any of that. It's all decentralized. It's working in the main office. Okay. And so this is where it is. And you don't have to worry about number of ports. Okay. So here's another important thing you guys need to know. Okay. So the amount of money that you want to make a day is simply determined by how much money do you want to make a day? Great. Oh, there's one I'll show you. Okay. Right there. Line number 17 is the IMEI for his device. Okay. Every single device has its own IMEI. It's like a MAC address or like a cell phone number for a phone, as an example. There's only one, okay, in existence. And that's how it communicates with the network. And so the network knows that device is live, connected to the device. Okay. And so he has, in this example, he's got 5.3 devices. Now, this is another thing, is how many ports do you have on your computer? Well, I only have like 1, 2, 3, who knows? But with a hub, maybe more. But I don't have to worry about that because, again, they're all housed in the server room. And so I can have this, if I want to have $1,000 a day, great. Need $300 300 machines. That's what I was trying to say was, you decide how much you want to make a day. That's how many machines you need to go. Okay, I need to have this as my goal. And I'm just going to play it here. And you see that it's active 5.3 devices. And what she's going to do is she's going to unplug the device she's counting off because they're housed in numerical order. Okay, so she's counting off which device is his, via that MAC address. And then once she pulls it out, what'll happen is on his machine, on his back office, the account will then show immediately that it's gone inactive. Okay, and that this is what happens. So if something happens and you happen to, you'll never see it, but there it is right there. So let me pause. You see 4.3 devices and 1 device is inactive. Okay, so he's now going to go show you, go back to the page where his where the actual device is that he owns, and you'll see that it shows inactive there as well. Okay, now these devices, they work. You get a 5-year warranty with these devices, which is super awesome. Okay, and you go, well, why is that significant? Here's the reason why. Okay, because from my perspective, an IT guy again, I've got USB devices. There it is, right there, line number 17. You see the down arrow. This is his device is now disabled. Okay, and so she will then plug it back in, and it'll become live again. Okay, so from my perspective, if you have devices, what are the failure points of a device like this? Well, the USB portion, plug on, in, plug, unplug, plug in, plug on. Okay, that's where the failure is. These devices aren't being unplugged and plugged back in all the time. Yes, we unplugged this one, but they're normally not unplugged and plugged back in all the time. And so that's a failure point. Next, because it's solid state, no moving parts, that's what that word means. So right here, line number 17, it's now active again. That's how fast it is. Okay, so these devices are connecting in real time to the network, and they're connecting via the internet to the miners, and then they are connecting, passing off the information to the miners. Okay, so that's how it works. Now let's view one more thing. You know what? People go, well, how do you make withdrawals from your service there? How do you make withdrawals? Oh, that's a really good question. I got the card from BitHarvest just the other day, and I got the card. So I'm going out and I'm testing the card on, like an ATM. I tested at, a point of resale, and I tested at, buy gas with it. I tested it at a store, I tested it online, and it works. Okay. So you make withdrawals all the time with this thing. Okay. And just simply, that's where I'm choosing to make withdrawals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little video of our CEO. And so in real time, when the video was taken, not sure why it's not coming up. We're going to watch Ronnie and Logan, our CEO, make some purchases using the card. Okay. This is how you make withdrawals. Hello, BitHarvest community family. Greetings, everyone. This is a bottle of liquor. Today, I've come shopping with our CEO. But unfortunately, I don't have any Taiwanese dollars. I only have Malay dollars. What should I do? Don't worry. What do I have? I have a BitHarvest Visa card. As long as you have this card, it works anywhere, anytime. Thank you. This is your liquor. Have a great trip. Goodbye. So, dear family, as long as I have this card in hand, you can make purchases anywhere. And it's all from the earnings you receive through BitHarvest. You don't need to convert your earnings to cash to spend. Just load them into this card. And whether you're buying liquor, perfume, or anything else anywhere, you can elevate your quality of life. So, dear family, now is the time to apply for your BitHarvest Visa card.
Hi, my BitHarvest family. Me and Ronnie are shopping right now, and I look at this perfume that smells good. Can you guess what payment will I be using? Introducing the BitHarvest Visa card.
Yeah, that was awesome. Okay, so that was our CEO, and he was shopping with Ronnie. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you my back office just for fun. Okay, I want to talk to you about the boosters. Okay, so first of all, we talked about that there's a warranty, a 5-year warranty on your device. Okay, and what that looks like is down here is this is the warranty right here. Okay, and so it's a little file that you can download. I would encourage you to do that. Pull this down and talk to your tax consultant. Okay, work out a strategy with them, because potentially you're able to write off taxes. In some places in the world you're able to, and so talk with your tax consultant to figure that out. Okay, so this is the booster that was bought and how much it is, and the factors and all sorts of things. And this is its own serial number right there. Okay, so that's the same that's printed on the device. Okay, and then down here we've got the 5-year warranty right there. And so what would break down within 5 years? Well, that would be a manufacturer defect, because there's no moving parts, and you're not being unplugged and plugged back in all the time. Okay, so there's no moving parts. And so if something were to break down, that would be probably within the first five years. After that, well, like I said, I've got devices here in my in my office that I've been using for 20 years. So they're solid state. They don't break down. Okay, so that's how it is. But if something happens, there you go. In the first 5 years, you got the warranty. Okay, so that is important. Next thing that's kind of important. Let's go to my Bitcoin wallet. Okay, and let's go to the very, very first day. So very first day. I bought my first device on May 1st. 2024. Okay. And on May 2nd, it then came live on the system. And then on May 3rd, so it has now one full day of working, it then earned me Bitcoin. Now, this number here, 0.000058813. Okay. This number is really important. That's how much Bitcoin I earned on that day. Now, just looking here. Oh, that's the very last day. Let me go to the second last day. So on a different day, 0.0007069. Okay. 0.00088394. It's a different amount. Every day, it's a different amount. And the amount will go up or down, depending upon the day. It doesn't matter if it goes up or down. Now, there are factors of what causes it to go up or down. Could be the difficulty level of how much is being difficulty level of the mining process, which can be caused by the number of miners that are on the system, not just our mining machines, but in the entire world. Okay. And the number of transactions that need to get done, the number of transactions that we pick up. These are factors of what causes it to go up and down. So this number varies, but this was the amount I received. Now, I need to tell you something else that was very interesting. Back in May 2024, the price of Bitcoin was $50,000. So on that day, I received 20 cents worth of Bitcoin because I bought a share because I wanted to test it first. Okay. Because I'm an IT guy. This is, I have to test things, make sure it works before I tell people about it. So I received 20 cents. But you've got 68 cents there. Yes, I do. That's because today Bitcoin is $120,000. And so the amount of Bitcoin that I received, the value of it has gone up, but the amount has remained the same. Does that make sense? I've received a certain number of beans and the value of those beans is more. And so it is worth more. Okay. So that's important to know. Okay. Now, another thing that's important to know over this past year, let me go to the homepage. Let me show you some stuff that's very interesting. Okay. Let's go down. Let's go here to, let's start with this one here. Okay. Right there. So over this past year, I have made $50,000 in passive income. Okay. That's not crazy income. It's not like, wow, you're a million. No. Like other people like Jan. Yeah, he is. He is a millionaire. He makes like, $1,000 a day. Okay. And me, I've got some boosters and it's growing, but the income that I've made over this past year is $50,000, which isn't a bad income either. Like hearing, oh, by the way, this is $50,000 US. So that's like, $75,000 Canadian, by the way. So that's an okay income for a year worth of work. Like what else could you do that makes a passive income for you? Okay. This is true passive income. Okay. So every day, my, what happens is my booster makes Bitcoin and it receives the Bitcoin and every day I do the same thing. Okay. So I take a little bit of the Bitcoin and I swap it to USDT. Okay. And then I buy it in the machine and then I make a withdrawal. And my goal is to get up to 200 machines. Actually, more than that. I will continue to buy machines forever. But my immediate goal is to get up to 200 machines as I possibly can. Now, I'll tell you about a friend of mine. Okay. No, I don't want to go there. I want to go here. So a friend of mine, he bought a machine recently, a few machines, and he's actually started off with 10 machines, and he's bought another 10 machines, then he bought another 10 machines. He's got 90 machines now. Okay, so his goal, of course, is to go to 200 machines as well, and he's making right now $400 a day. Okay, this is important because it's just passive income. Now there is a side to this. If you do talk to your friend and you're having a good experience, and you decide you want to talk to your friend, there's nothing wrong with that too. You can talk to your friend and your friend can have a good experience as well. And they can buy a booster. Okay. So that's what I've got here. So I've got some boosters that are making mining for me. And again, my goal is to make more because I want to make 200 bucks a day just on my own mining. And the ranking income in this example is all of the boosters on my team. So all of my clients who have boosters, they chose to buy boosters and they're having a good experience too. Okay. So there is a side to it where you can make some money as well. And that's super great. But if you are kind of the person that just like me, just talks to a couple of people and talks to and just wants to have passive income, great, go for it. Okay. So here's some other things. I mean, I'm just an average guy, just like you guys. Okay. Like I don't have very many people on my team. There's only 54 direct to me. And that's not very many. And I've got uh total team sales, $645,000. No big deal. Okay. And total downlines, everybody is 343. Okay. But this is what's happened over a year. I actually only really talked to a couple of people. Okay. Because I'm just an IT guy. Okay. What else can we talk about? I talked about boosters. Oh, package. So there's basically there's kind of 3 different boosters that we could get. Okay. So for those people that are, just want to try it out, have a good experience, sure, buy $100 shared booster, see that it's working. It's working. Okay. And you can buy those and compound your account. And if you buy 10 shares, of course, that becomes 1 full booster. And mathematically, that's what it looks like in my account. Okay. And 1 full booster is $1,000, and it produces between $2 and $7-10 a day. Okay. And that's one kind of an entry point. Okay. The next booster is going this way, is the A80 Pro, which costs $1,500, and it makes about $5 to $30 a day, approximately. Okay. It varies. It just goes up and down in price. But it also makes you $250 worth of BTH, which is dispersed to you at about $2 a day over the next 2 years. Okay. So this is what I've been doing. Okay. I've been pounding away every time I can, buy another share, buy another share, buy another share. Well, now I've got an opportunity to upgrade those shares. And so for another $600, I just do an upgrade, and boom, it converts to an AI80 Pro. So in that when that happens, okay, so we'll come down here and we'll kind of show you what I mean. This is the scale that you saw just a second ago in the video. Okay, so I used to have like 10 devices here. Okay, but every week or so, I go and I upgrade. Okay, and so as that goes up, the count goes down. I used to have like 100 count worth of entries, and so it goes down by 10 every time because it converts them into A80s. Okay, and so if we want to look at the A80s, which are here, they are appearing. I haven't bought a single for myself. I haven't bought a single A80 myself, except for upgrading. Yes, I bought a few A80s on other accounts or for other people, and that's super great. Okay, so you basically determine how much money you want to make a day. That's what it amounts to. Okay, you're running a business. You determine how much money you want to make a day, and that determines how many boosters you need to get. That determines how many boosters you want to have in your account. And then after you determine that, you determine, well, where can you start? What's your starting point? Like some people can't start off with 1,000 boosters. Oh, did you guys hear about here, let me take off the share. I'm going to stop sharing because that way you guys can see me better. Okay. Did you guys hear about the name of the company that just bought 40,000 units? Okay. So we have a new partnership. Pixelmint. Thank you so much. Pixelmint just bought 40,000 units at $1,500 a unit. That's $60 million that they just bought these machines. Okay. This is really cool stuff. This is really big stuff. This is a tsunami wave that is growing as we become more and more mainstream, as we become people in regular businesses start to recognize, hey, I've got a business. I need an extra infusion of cash. I need, extra money in my business. You can take some funds and buy a booster or buy boosters or buy 60,000 $60 million worth of boosters. And now you've got a daily input of cash into your business. Or if you're a private individual, you can put funds into and you buy some boosters and you generate funds. This is how it works. Okay.
Go talk to the individual that gave you this video. They care about you. They want you to have a good experience, just like they're having a good experience. Go talk to them. Go create your ID and get your account going. I would encourage you also to buy a booster. Look at your situation and determine what you can do and take action. If you don't take action, you're actually really losing money every day, because the power of the money that you're in, the currency that you have, is going down. And so every day you are losing the ability to buy stuff. Okay. You're losing the ability to pay for stuff. Go take action. Because if you take action, you now have a way to make money. You now have a way to circumvent the lowering price of the dollar, and you now have an ability to make money. You now have an ability to get out of the rat race. Your friend cares about you. That's why he gave you this video. Go talk to him. Have a good experience, just like the rest of us. Make some withdrawals and have a good experience. Have a great day. Talk to you in a bit.